if you're in need of more USB 3 ports on your computer, or maybe you don't have any USB 3 port capability on your computer at the moment, then I have two very interesting products from Inateck that you may be interested in. So if you were to install these products into your computer, it would give you 7 USB 3 ports for that computer. And if you had an older computer, it would be a nice alternative than having to buy a new one that had the capability on it. So this would give you the actual capability on an older computer that did not have USB 3. Because if you use USB ports on a regular basis, you undoubtedly know that you never have enough USB 3 ports on your computer. And unplugging one device just to make room for another device can be and is a pain. And so these two Inateck products gives you the capability to add USB 3 ports to your computer. So these two Inateck products puts an end to that problem and gives you more than enough USB 3 capability for the future, and give you the added speed difference of USB 3 over USB 2 ports, which is supposed to be 10 times faster, but in the real world we all know that that's not actually true, because most devices just don't have the hardware to achieve those kinds of speeds. But it can be noted that all USB 3 supported devices are faster at doing what they're intended to do. But how much faster? Well, that's debatable. Another point I'd like to mention here is this capability of 7 ports for a low price of 45 US dollars or 40 pounds sterling, in my opinion, is an excellent bargain. Because even if you buy a new computer, it's not going to have the capability of having 7 USB 3 ports. So this, without question, is a great addition to any user's computer. So with that said, let me show you the two products from Inateck. So that's the two products there. So this is the front panel port here, 2 USB ports for your front panel of your desktop type computers, and this is the PCI Express. This is the PCI Express card. Okay, so we will open the front panel port 2 port box first. You just see what's going on inside. So that's what it looks like. You also get the screws for attaching it to your inside your desktop computer, and that's what the product looks like from the front. So this will be going in your floppy area of your front panel. You can install it in a 3-inch bay, but unless it has access to the front, it's not much good to you. So that's what the product looks like. Now there's a cable here that, if you have the capability on your motherboard, on your system's board, you'll be able to plug this guy into it, and it will have the drivers for it because it has the capability of USB 3. So I just want to show you this connection here. So it's 19 pins and one is blank. You can see the blank one on the right there, the bottom right. So you can see clearly there that there's a blank on the bottom right there as you're looking at it. So anyway, so you can clearly see that the cable is quite capable of going right from the back and the front of your case. but it's usually about halfway down the case, so it shouldn't be a problem with the cable length, and you'll be able to tie it up anyway inside in your case. So there's the screw holes that you will be attaching it to the inside of your case with. They're brass. This is a fairly solid piece of plastic. Now there's nothing too special about it. It's just plastic coating, but it feels a very sturdy product. It's basically just housing two USB 3 ports, so it hasn't got a lot of holding to do really. So that's the first one unboxed. And now for the PCI Express card. Again, the packaging is very good. In they're packing well in Inateck. So this is a static free bag. You should really leave this product inside until you're actually installing it. So that's what the product looks like. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 USB 3 ports. Now the price of this product is $30, and if you go through the UK Amazon site, it's £30 sterling. So just keep that in mind. There's a huge difference in the price between the UK and the USA. Now, so what this product has that makes it so special for me anyway is this little guy here. So what that is, a connection that you can make to the front of your desktop for that other product we were looking at a moment ago, the 2-port USB front. So if you didn't have, if your system, your systems board doesn't have the capability of USB 3, then this is a great product to give you USB 3 capability for the front panel of your desktop computer, and then you also have access to 5 other ports at the back. So for $30 or £30, it's a steal at that price, especially if you use a lot of USB connected type devices. Now you also get a power connector for your power supply, so this actually needs to be powered from the power supply. So not only is it going to be powered through your systems board here, you also need extra power to give them stable, to give all 5 a stable supply of power. And so the connection for that is here. So you can see if I can focus in on that. It's just a SATA type connector, the L shape there. So you just basically plug one of these guys. This comes with it as well, actually. You just plug this guy in here. I'll be showing you this anyway because we're going to be installing it in the computer, and then you connect this side to the power supply. Okay, and this connection then is an extension connection for the SATA power. So you can see it there. It says SATA power, SATA and power. Okay, so that's really all you need to connect the power is those 2. The reason why there's 2 of them in it, you might need an extension to connect. So what you do is you take this guy and you plug him in like so, to extend if it's not long enough to go to your power supply. So that's the extension there. Okay. So now we will install both of these devices in a computer. Now also in the case you get returns on exchanges and all that information there. And I'm sure there's a warranty in it somewhere as well. You get a little instruction manual with it. If you're not sure how to install these PCI Express cards, then I would read these instructions, and of course the driver for the Express card. So that's basically user guide, PDF, readers, and quick installation guide. So the driver is the important thing here, okay? Without the driver, that PCI Express USB 3 card will not work. Okay, especially in the older systems that doesn't have USB 3 capability, so it wouldn't have the drivers for it anyway. Now, to install these two products in your desktop computer, of course you will need a screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver. If possible, if you don't have one, you'll get them. They're relatively cheap, just a basic static wrist strap, and attach it to the bare metal of the case, or plug in your power supply to the wall socket. Don't turn it on. Keep the switch of the power on the off position, and this box, the power supply box, then is earthed, so you will be earthed then. Okay. But basically all you have to do really is touch one of the screws on the power supply, and that'll ground you, as long as it's plugged in to the wall socket, and that'll mean that it'll be earthed. And make sure that the power supply is turned off, just to ground yourself to zero. Okay. So as I was saying earlier, some systems boards, the newer ones, will come with the USB 3 20-pin port, and it'll usually be located somewhere around the front panel connectors. You'll see it. It'll be blue color. I will put a picture up on this screen now to show you what that looks like. So you may already have USB 2 ports in your on your computer already, and they would be somewhere along here, possibly down here or at the top of or somewhere in the middle, and they'll be blue in color like the USB 3 ports in this guy. So they'll be blue in color if they're USB 3. So you can see there they clearly are blue. And this product, there are the screws for it. Just put them there for a second. So we have an option here, because this is an older type board, but most of the new boards will have this option as well. The case will have the option of putting in a floppy disk, but most people don't use them anymore, so it's perfect for this product. So all you do is, if you have the USB capability on your board, then, and you want two more extra ports in the front of two more USB ports, USB 3 ports on the front of your case, is you'd install it by, the easiest way to do it is to place it from the front of the panel. Take off the panel that's here and place it in like so, and that will fit into the USB 3, the flappy area, and then just line it up in front so that it looks fairly right. Okay, and then put your screws in put the screw in here, and a screw in on the far side. So you'll have to take off both panels of your desktop computer, both side panels, and then you just plug this guy in to the USB 3. You plug this guy in to the USB 3 port on your systems board. Now, if you don't have that capability on your computer, then this product is perfect for adding more USB 3 ports to your computer. And you get 5 on the express card, and it gives you the extension for the 2 for the front panel. Okay, so we'll put the screws in this one. Now, the reason why we install it from the front of the case is so that we don't have to be removing cables to put it in from this side. So it's the easiest way to do it is to place it from the front of the case. So you feed the cable in, you push this guy in and match it up with the front of the case, and then you place your screws to hold it in place, and then you place the screw to hold it in place. Now this particular case, you can only put in 1 screw on each side, but that is plenty to actually, and before you tighten it, just get it fairly flush here at the front, and then just tighten the screw, and that's it installed. That's it installed in the case. And then if you have the port on your systems board, you'd plug this guy into it. It's keyed, so it'll only fit in one way, and you just pop it into the port. Now, so this case doesn't have that capability, so we're going to install the PCI Express card. Again, you have the cables for connecting it to the power supply. We'll deal with that in a minute. We'll install the card first. Again, ground yourself by touching a screw. Some of the cases are painted, so you won't get bare metal on them. So make sure you're touching a screw to ground yourself before you start touching this product. So the idea here is to find a free PCI Express slot. So you see this black guy here, it's a PCI Express slot, and there's 2 of them in this actual systems board, and the other one is up here. So now to install it in this slot, this PCI Express slot, you'd have to remove this back little cover plate. This case just has blanks, so you just they're metal that are, I'll just show you them down here. So they're just metal. You just punch them out basically. Use the pliers or whatever. Some of them come with screw mounts, so you'd remove the screw and then take this little bracket off, cover bracket, and that's pretty much it. So we are actually ready here to install this PCI Express card, so we're going to do that now. So you take your card, so there's a slot in the connection that corresponds to a notch in the actual PCI Express slot, and then you just push it in like so. And it just clips into place, and you put a screw in here just to hold it in place. And the screws came with the component. So you take your Phillips head screwdriver again and put the screw in. And you can hold the PCI Express card with your hand. So it's just a little. You don't need too much. Just to keep it tight. Don't overdo it with the screw. And that's the card installed. Now all we have to do is connect the power connection to the power supply and the 20-pin connector for the front panel, and that'll be us done. So there is an extension on these cables, so the power, you just simply plug it in to the cable, to the connector on the little on the PCI Express card, like so. So you have two options to connect this Express card to the power supply. So you have the Molex connection, which comes with the case. So we'll unplug that again, and we'll show you the other option. So you have this option, which is the SATA connection. So you plug either one of these into the power on the PCI Express card, like so. They're keyed, so they only go in one way. And you connect this side, which has the two little wings on it. You connect that to a connection on the power supply. So a SATA connection on the power supply. So that'll be this guy here. And you just plug that guy into that guy. So it's a male and a female connector. And that's it, connected with the SATA method. And we'll just show you the Molex while we're at it here. So it starts with a SATA connection to the Molex type connection. You plug it into the PCI Express card, and you take your Molex connector, the male and the female, and then just, they're keyed, so they'll only go in one way. And you just pop it in like so. Now some of them can be very difficult to plug in. You may be better off using the SATA connector. Okay, so then you tie up back up your cables then. Keep the case tidy so that air can flow through your case. Yeah, to connect the 19 pin, let's say it's a 20 pin, but it's only a 19 pin. You can see that the top one there is missing, and that goes into this guy here. Now again, it's keyed. You'll see a little notch on the top of it, a little dent, corresponds to a notch in this guy here. So you turn that little notch down, and it plugs in like so into the card. Just hold the back of the card, and that's it, plugged in. So that's the PCI USB 3 5-port card installed, and we have the power connected, and we have the front panel, the 2-port front panel USB 3 connected. So that's it, that's how you do it. And both products would come to about $45 or about £40 sterling. Okay, just to show you the card in the slot at the back. So now you have 5 extra USB 3 slots on the back of your computer, and if you didn't have any before this, then you now have 5 of them at the back, which is pretty cool. So the last job is to install the driver, and if you would like to install the user guide and PDF reader and the quick installation guide. So you can get the driver and the user guide on their website anyway, as far as I know, if you don't have a DVD player. So once you put in you turn on your computer and plug in your driver DVD, you'll get this autoplay window. If you don't get this autoplay window, go to my computer and you'll see it here. Just double click on that. Okay, so we're going to use the autorun.exe file here. So we're going to double click on it and it should open Inateck CD, and we're looking for drivers, and this option we only have for Windows. Now if you have a Mac, it's also compatible with Macs, and the Windows operating systems back to XP, then Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, and they're 32 or 64-bit. And you would, if you were putting it into a Mac system or a Ubuntu Linux system, you would need a different driver, and it may come with it, but in this case it does not. So the only option that we have here, maybe the software is so good that it's able to detect what type of a system you're running this PCI Express card on. So to install the PCI Express card driver, we'd click on the KTU 3F or series for Windows, Siri for Windows. I'm sure that's just a different language. So it's installing the driver now. It's basically after picking up the hardware, so it knows that it's there. So welcome to the Fresco Logic USB 3 host controller setup wizard. So click next. So the setup wizard will install the Fresco Logic USB 3 host controller for your computer. Click next to continue. Cancel to exit setup wizard. So we want to go next. And this is just the license terms. You can read it if you like. Click yes. Folder is to install in this folder, so it's giving you a folder to install it into. So you can make note of that if you want. Just click next and install. Now this CD also allows you to do updates to the drivers from this CD, so keep it safe. So in the future you can, if there's updates for the driver, you can install them with this CD. Click yes with that user account control. Now it's copying the new files over, and you see it down here in the right hand corner, installing device driver software. So it's just showing you this window here. So completing the Fresco Logic USB 3 host controller setup wizard. Click finish button to exit the setup wizard. So click finish. You'll see it's finalizing the installation. Down here on the right again, your device is ready to use. Device driver software installed successfully. So now you have the capability of USB 3, 5 ports in the back and 2 at the front. And as I said, it works with Windows XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1. And of course your Mac operating systems and your Linux, the likes of Ubuntu. So now we'll just test the USB 3 by plugging in a thumb drive and see does it pick it up. So it picks it up alright. Yeah, so that's the USB driver that I'm after plugging in. That's it there. So we know it works. Now it'll also work with external hard drives and all that stuff as well. So it's backward compatible to USB 2 and USB 1. So you should have no problem with backward compatibility. Now certain products just will not work with USB 3, so just be aware that some flash drives won't work and some external hard drives won't work either. It'll all depend on their software and hardware capabilities. Okay. Now we're going to go back here and just show you so you can shop online with this Inateck software. Contact us, exit, and see the manual here. So you have your manual, your PDF, you can install that, and install Adobe Reader, which you probably will have already. So just the manual is all you want there. So just all you do is to double click it and it'll install it, or open it even. So there it is, showing you the manual. It gives you the installation for the driver, and let's see now, I'll just show you, can you go, yeah, you see, if you click on drivers, a later update, there may be an update for this USB 3 PCI Express card. You can go online to get the update. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this review of the Inateck PCI Express card with 5 ports for USB 3 and one 20-pin connector for the front panel. Inateck. I'll just show you the 2 products here on their website and how you can purchase them. So you go to product and you're looking for the PCI Express card first off, and the one that we installed was this one here, the KTU3FR-502i. So click on that guy there, and to purchase it you can go to buy on Amazon, and you just select, you can do Germany, United States, United Kingdom, France, Italy, Spain, and I'd say that's Japan or China. So we'll just select United States and select buy it from Amazon. I'll just show you the price. There's customer reviews there. Actually, you can go and read them as well. So $31, and as I said, it's £30 on the UK site. And the other product that we installed was USB cables. That's where it was. So that's the product here, FP2001. Click on it and we'll just check the prices. So again, we go to United States, and there it shows you actually plugging it into the PCI Express card. So we go to United States and we just click and see how much it is. So it's with free shipping for on orders over $35, you can get it for $10, but the regular price would be $17. So that's the 2 products from Inateck. I hope you liked this review. Thanks for watching.